So I'm seeing a potential opportunity here on euro. We're gonna wait a bit to let it sink. Today I traded mostly off stream. When I come off breaks, I do need kind of space in a sense. I need to not have pressure to perform, which today we ended up having an interesting ride, right? We ended up taking actually two L's. One I bought here, got stopped out. The second one I bought here, I closed early, not here. Here I closed early, price ended up hitting TP. On the personal, I ended up making pretty decent money on the personal. On the fund that we ended up being at a 1%. The thing is, this is a pretty complicated trade, and there are a lot of things that are complicated about this to explain what I should have done. But we made like 20 something dollars on the personal, which is a lot, and on the funded we are at minus 1%. It's all good. Would have been better to be a dub day, but that's how things usually happen when you're coming off a break. Your execution is gonna slip a bit, so it's all good. It's part of the process for us to go through this, right? The pairs are interesting today. The pairs are interesting, but I'm gonna look at mostly at Nasdaq. Gold slightly interesting, but I don't think I want to be trading it again. This was generally my today's idea, ended up being right on it, and yeah, that's a true W for me. And we're just waiting on this euro. Let me go over the euro trade, what I want to see here. So basically we took external liquidity, this or internal, however you want to call it, internal liquidity hourly AVG. So from here I'm expecting a reaction to where we took liquidity, we have 1 hour, where are we willing to go to fill this 1 hour. So I'm just looking at a retracement trade where we grab external, and I'm looking to target an unmitigated POI. The 50-minute is a bit unmitigated, but this is a very interesting case where you would see this as a liquidity raid in theory, right? We raided liquidity here and we go lower, but for me this is liquidity right here on these wicks. So what I'm waiting for is the retest of this 50-minute inversion. If we get it, I'm trading. So we had external liquidity taken into a 50-minute inversion to target 1 minute liquidity here. We're an unmitigated POI. I will not trade if we leave from here because I'm waiting on the retest. If we get a retest, we're gonna get it. If we don't, we don't. I don't need to trade this. For me, Aquarius here, we have clearly defined our POI. We do have this 5-minute here, which we might be reacting off of, but I do want to see a deeper pullback here. I will not be trading like this. So it was chaos. Today was chaos in terms of execution. My execution slipped. First of all, this so we had like 4 opportunities to be trading this. Top analysis, bro, appreciate it. And in prediction for USD CHF. Let me see. Sorry, bro, I didn't check chat. Let's see what. As soon as you retrace, you took shorts on AUD/USD. It does on USD CHF. It does look pretty bearish, awfully. Like from here, it looks bearish. We rated buy side. We look like we're gonna come to this. This is gonna be our draw. I mean, that's how it looks like for me. Yeah, we're pretty solid on printing lower here on USD CHF. I would target this hourly AVG here or this inversion. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be bearish, but it's gonna be very short term. That's how I see it here. I would probably look to short off this into this, but I just don't trade USD CHF. It's too weird for me. So yeah, waiting on this. This looks good. I would like this if we get, especially if we get this like open low manipulated, but it looks like it's just gonna leave right now of this 5-minute AVG. But again, my criteria is pretty clear here. I'm trading off this 50-minute inversion. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. But it looks like it's gonna leave. This was our idea. This was my idea. As soon as we broke above, it was like a 12-pip idea. Yeah, and from here, I forgot to mention, from here maybe some buys, but it's weird. I don't see anything rather than just this move lower. From there on, we need structure to be telling us what we're gonna do next. So I really see us being bearish here. It would be nice to still get tapped. I mean, still get that retest so we can trade. But for me, what matters is, first of all, I'm right. My idea is right. It doesn't matter if I end up taking a trade or not. So if we manage to go here and go here, it means my idea was right. So that's a W for me. That's truly the only thing that matters. Even if we leave like this without properly retesting that area, I wouldn't have executed here anyways, because usually I do wait for the break and retest, and we could have maybe looked at something like this. Could have been it, yeah, like a potential risk entry, but I don't see a reason to be risk entry necessarily. and not waiting for the retest. But we're gonna see. Maybe it would be perfect to come back and manipulate this up open low. I mean, it's simple. It's not a complicated trade. I just want to see us retest the 50-minute inversion and then like have an entry, and I'm looking to target this high. That's my idea. 10 pip. That's all I need. That's what I realized with turning profitable as well. You don't need a big move, bro. You just need a move that you know is highly probable. Which how this was, and on gold, the move that was highly probable, it was weird, but it was this small move right here. As soon as we break above this 50-minute inversion, I entered before it. I was like, my trading was pretty bad today. Still ended up making money on the day somehow, but this was the entry for the funded, and it's again, you know how much pips is this? Not even 7 pips, 4 pips. That's all you need, bro. This was the entry for the funded. This from here was just noise. This was the entry on the funded. Maybe a 0.5 here, stop loss below the inversion, take profit above the high, 0.5, and then 1% in here. So definitely this was the trade for today. I did some mismanagement. I didn't end up taking this because I already took 2 L's, one here and one here, so I didn't end up taking the proper entry. But we just gotta learn, right? You always live and learn. That's trading. But it was pretty clean. Idea was right. That's what matters. So it first starts with an idea, right? What is my idea? What am I expecting price to do? Where it was from the start, I have this 50-minute FVG right here that I'm expecting price to hold, to at least retrace towards this hourly FVG. That was my bias from the start. Then we go lower. Okay, we have a bias. How do we want to trade this bias? Well, for me, it should have been, okay, I'm waiting for a higher low here to form, which we got confirmed here. Waiting for the higher low to form and waiting for us to inverse this 50-minute FVG. That would have been the criteria to take this buy towards that. When do we inverse that 50-minute FVG? Right here. How are we going to take our entries here? One risk entry, 0.5, straight up on the retest of the FVG, and the second entry on a better confluence. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe it's overcomplicated, but yeah, it was a lot of chaos today. First O on the funded was here. Yeah, stupid O, just execution lacked. This O wasn't bad. I closed, my bad, I closed around here. On seeing this bearish reaction, I thought we were gonna go to stop loss, which again, the close itself is not bad, because first of all, I shouldn't have been in this trade on the funded, but if this would have been a valid trade, I would have probably have not closed here. So there's a lot of things to improve upon today, but we're gonna wait for that until the session is over. We have Nasdaq and Euro potential trades, but I'm not sure Nasdaq is gonna offer what I want. But looking at this though, looking at this Euro trade, if we, this would be perfect if we come back sweep here, a 10 pip move, that's all that we need. We don't need more. We have a 10 pip move, that's all that we need. It doesn't matter whether the price will go 100 pips above and hit 10R. That shit does not matter. It matters our consistency. So for me, I know this move is consistent for me to take, and most of the time it happens, therefore I'm only taking this move. Even if in the moment, let's say price goes to here and it hits a 10R, that doesn't mean you should have held to 10R, right? That's not gonna happen all the time. Or we might, from here, we might also hold this order block. Well, I do want to see some confluence. We're coming down pretty strong here on being bearish. So we do need to see some confluence here. It's a pretty strong bearish reaction. Again, my criteria here is us retesting this and then having a bullish entry. On the bullish entry I'm taking, it's a pretty simple trade. Stop loss below this or below this, take profit above here. That's it. That's it. But we are coming down pretty aggressively here. I don't know if that's temporary or not, but yeah, crazy good thing that I closed the trade here. Otherwise, look at this shit, it just came straight for manipulation, tapping into this inversion and then continuing trend higher towards our draw, which was certainly this consolidation. But again, it's still a W day for me, even if technically on the fund that he lost. And I used to be so, not insecure, but so fixated on the fact that you need to start a funded with a W, otherwise the account is not gonna go well, bro. It has nothing to do with that. That shit does not fucking matter. Actually, most of the fundeds you're gonna start with a L, especially if you're coming off breaks. Every time I'm buying a funded, I'm coming off of a break of trading of a day where I haven't traded, so my muscle memory wears off, so I always slip on the first part when I'm buying the funded. That's exactly what happened today. Why did my execution fall? It wasn't because I was forcing trades. It was because I just fell out of habit of executing properly in a sense. But let's see. We did raid that low, New York Open low. We did come into our area, but we need to see some very pretty strong influence into this bearish gaps here to be able to take this trade, sadly. So we need to see, I don't know, a big ass gap. We cannot trade this unless, I don't know, the top one gets inverse, and even if it gets inverse, it's a very small idea. So we're gonna see what structure present, but in terms of how we formed here, I don't know, I do want to see like some structure. I don't know, then we break, then we take. So yeah, this is pretty much the only trade I'm looking at today. I am looking at Nasdaq, but I highly doubt we're gonna come back. This is good internal liquidity to target, but we're gonna have to grab this low, which is extremely far for this idea to be valid. So I'm not really looking at it. I do like AU if we manage to sweep this high, but again, it doesn't look like it's gonna sweep the high. So yeah, this euro still stands as my only idea, but we need to see structure. Without structure, I'm not trading this into that bearish gap. I'm not trading this. Is too risky. We are being careful here, as always, and how I'm gonna be from every day from now on. I'm gonna be careful every single day. I'm gonna try my best, and I needed this day to lose so I can really wake up and in a sense lock in, which was completely fine. But yeah, gold is working towards our draw, which is good. So I still see the gold trader what happened today as a W for me today, even though funded last 1%, I made on the personal. So till somehow a W day. I still like how the day went. I wouldn't wish for anything else to be different in a sense. The day still is decent and it's still good. For start of the funded account, it's normal to take a loss. It really is normal. Unless, I don't know, you're kind of warmed up in a sense. That's what I see with coming off breaks on trading. You need to warm up and get proper execution. Again, like the same you would do in football or anything else. You need to warm up, and me coming off a break, my execution of course hasn't been the best. But yeah, this looks pretty bearish. Yeah, this looks like a very strong zone, this gap here. But first of all, we definitely ain't taking in no shorts into Sosa getting taken, into this strong low getting taken. Hell no, I ain't looking at shorts. So we're just being patient. Maybe we're gonna get our entry, maybe we won't, but we don't need to get an entry. We're just waiting for what we want to see from the market. If the market presents it, we're trading. If the market doesn't present it, we're trading. This is how I'm gonna pass this funded account, and you're gonna see every single day out of it. I'm gonna document. I'm gonna post YouTube videos. I'm gonna post shorts. I'm gonna post everything. I'm gonna post everything about this journey, and you're gonna see, because most importantly, where it comes from is from mindset. It all comes from mindset. It all comes from the desire of being consistent and only focusing on being consistent in your process. That's where profitability comes from, and that's how you're gonna see me make a 10K month. Actually, it sounds bold, but I know I'm gonna be able to do it. I know I'm gonna be able to pull a 10K month on this funded. So you're gonna see a journal, even if it doesn't look like now, even if you started with a loss doesn't fucking matter. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, come on. I do really see us failing lower here. It doesn't matter a loss. It doesn't matter in the long scheme of things, and most importantly, it doesn't matter if you stick to what you know you're supposed to be doing. That's what truly matters. And you're gonna see me being extremely locked in. Today was a bit of a off momentum day. Since the morning I had to go deposit money in the bank. I wasn't on the charts. I didn't have my analysis. Again, a lot of things that didn't go exactly as planned, but it's normal. So from tomorrow, I'm really gonna be locked in present every single day on the charts and really giving my best, because that's what I want to do, and that's who I am. I've become consistent. It's not something I'm trying to achieve anymore. It's just who I am, and every time I'm not doing it, I cannot feel like myself. So just gonna do it. Right? We have an unemployment claims today at 5, but I do see us still pulling into these equal highs and then potentially reversing, or we come back into the lows and then reverse. That can also be an idea. Overall, I do like this internal liquidity. It's just it's a bit iffy because of this high and the liquidity being built with a 1 minute wick in a sense. That's why this setup is a bit weird compared to normal, but it's still a valid setup. Because think about it, external liquidity getting taken, 50-minute inversion, we're just looking to target a retracement into the hourly FVG. It's a very simple trade, but it needs to get confirmed, and indeed there is the chance of us holding this supply and just straight up holding from here, because this high took liquidity here. That's why I'm thinking that this trade is just way too risky to take because of this liquidity being very iffy. Because liquidity was here, this is where internal liquidity was, and we already took it. So that makes this valid as a supply to potentially hold lower from here, which is kind of exactly what is happening right here. So it's all good. It's all good. We don't need to be trading, or we just hold from this consolidation and hold higher. It's a bit riskier. I think drawn liquidity is semi-fucked on this trade. We don't really want to be taking draws, and I think gold will likely break lower today, but we're gonna see. I also want to check real quick. I'm probably gonna start journaling in this stream. I'm just gonna grind in a sense, because we're probably not gonna have a trade today. We have PMI, of course. Tomorrow we're chilling. We have jobs. Yeah, we have a good week. Well, we have NFP on Friday, but besides that, we're pretty much chilling. Overall, we're pretty much chilling on having a good trading week, and even on low probability days, even on news days, bro, it doesn't fucking matter. I have that 10 pip move consistently. I mean, this setup 10 pip move, I mean 20 pips, but usually I can get out a move over the market and win every single day, most of the times. I would say, I don't want to be arrogant or sound like I don't know, something crazy, but this is just what my trading has become. I can get a win daily, pretty much a win. I'm not talking about a loss, a win. There's always going to be a good opportunity in the market to extract the 10 pip move. If you're thinking in the grand scheme of things, like even this price printed 80 pips, you don't need to be catching all of that to be profitable. You need to catch a move like this, even if it's a retracement, it doesn't matter as long as it is consistent. You can catch a 10 pip move, be done for the day, and not even be on the right bias for the market. It doesn't fucking matter. It just matters that you are consistent and you're executing consistently and executing an edge that you see happen consistently in the market. And edges like this, like retracement edges, I see happen pretty much every day. I see this trade right here, even though, yeah, this was our move, our valid move was here, a very small move, right? Very small move. Does it matter that it's small? It doesn't, because we're still getting 1.5 to 2R every single time in a couple minutes, bro. It took 25 minutes for the trade to hit. That's all we need. In a move like this, we don't need to be catching all this noise. We need a consistent move. That's it. Because getting 2R consistently every single day is way more profitable than catching a, I don't know, whatever, 4R, 5R once like 3 months and then losing a lot of profit while you're trying to catch stuff like this. I don't know if it does make any fucking sense, but yeah, Euro looks bearish here. We might still hold. I would say we will hold, but we're probably gonna hold to retest this and still hold over off here. It's kind of unlikely. We're gonna it's weird. We're gonna see, but I'm really not looking to be forcing. I mean, on gold we can be pursuing lower prices. I would say we will reach into this low right now, especially since we fought the reaction. We have an hourly gap, we have high time frame high getting taken, so we might be bearish here on gold way, bruh. I think, yeah, because we have hourly inversion with buy sell liquidity getting taken. I'm overall anticipating us to be drawn here. We did fight the how do I say, the strong low here. We did fought it on a reaction, so now it loses relevance. So now we have a clear way on looking at lower prices. Let's see, 50-minute, we do have this inversion, so this is going to be one of our confluences if we want to take the short. Now I'm seeing that this can be a pretty good short, especially for example if we hold off this here. This can be one of our entries, and we can have, for example, a stop loss above here, but I don't know if realistically we're gonna get an entry this good unless we of course like just market execution here. Hmm. But it does look good. It does look like a good trade. Let me see. On the personal, I'm down. Let me think. But I think this is a good trade. We put this. I mean, I'm willing to do it riskier on this on the personal always. So I'm willing to do it without waiting for an entry pattern. Here. I want to see. I want to get a best price possible if we can. We generally here what we need to do is wait for extra confluence, definitely, because we still have the 50-minute inversion, and it's just a place where you would wait for extra confluence, or I would wait, and that's the more consistent decision to be doing. But on a personal, we can make a riskier plays. So I'm actually probably gonna short here actually. So let's see. Our stop loss doesn't need to be high, it just needs to be above the CVG, or maybe even that inversion, but that inversion I feel like it's too high. I mean, not really, because we get pretty good R here. I mean, we only sold one lot. I wanted to sell two, but this is doing on the personal. For the fund that I'm waiting on a bit more structure here. Stop loss is above this 1 minute inversion. Take profit is gonna be generally, I think this lows. It's a bit of resistance around here, so we're gonna see what we do. But generally I would say these London lows right here, or this low right here. So this is on the personal, right, on the smaller account that we have, and I did a pretty small risk, but it doesn't matter. This is the personal. For the funded, we're waiting on more confluence, of course, right, we're waiting on more confluence to be taken. This I also wanna open up my terminal from where am I, stupid platform. Okay, so we're waiting on gold, we're waiting on extra confluence on reaching lower, and then we can execute on funded next as well, on the funded. This is how I always kind of manage things. I didn't realize we're bearish, but I think we're pretty much chilling on being bearish. I don't think we're gonna reach back into this buy side because this is consolidation and we just mitigated it. Yeah, this looks pretty good on being bearish. The only thing I'm slightly iffy about is the fact that we have a lot of resistance on these lows, but we fought that resistance with this retracement in a sense. So yeah, I think this trade is good. But on an inversion, I usually still wait for the retest here. Very rarely I do risk entries unless I have, yeah, risk entries I did on the personal here, but I don't think it should have been done on the funded. It's a risk entry still, so usually we want to wait for more confluence, I guess. I'm gonna move this to my, so we're floating like $2. That's good. That's good. Maybe I should have just done it risk on the funded as well. That's what I'm thinking. But we're getting this reaction here, which makes me think. Okay, never mind. We got a good fill on the scaling. We get crazy R on this. Yeah, we're probably just gonna melt. I don't know if we're gonna get an entry on the funded, but I'm actively looking for it if we're gonna get it. I'm looking on my phone at this moment in time. I'm waiting to see if we confirm this bearish gap. If we confirm it, this is gonna be my main position. Yeah, we're looking like we're melting. I'm just waiting on the candle close. Yeah, I think we're just gonna leave. Maybe I should have just risk executed. I don't know if we're gonna get tapped. It looks like price is just gonna melt. My order is here. I'm gonna place it most likely, or I'm gonna mark it on the retracement. I do like this trade and I do like this gap as well, but our R gets very limited here. So unless we get a good retracement, I'm not gonna scale in, and I'm gonna accept the fact that we just got missed on the funded. We're floating probably decently here. $4. That's a good size. I'm waiting to see on this gap how we behave. I'm planning on marketing on behavior here on the funded. Place my order right here. Now it looks good. I don't know if we're gonna get tapped though. Stop loss above the highs. We get way worse are. But depends. Oops, not this one. So let me see. If we leave this run, but this is our main position on a 2R here on the slow. For me, I'm looking at my chart. I cannot really show you. I can actually show you. Now we got tapped. Okay, this gap looked really well for me. Stop loss. Oof, that's a pretty strong reaction. We're gonna see. That's a good wick. So this is the funded on extra confirmation, and this is the personal risk entry. We're basically looking to target overall this area. I think, yeah, it's a bit weirder. It's a bit harder because of highly resistant London lows, but I think we should be drawn towards this as well, maybe even this. So on the funded, I'm really looking to get out at a 2R if we get that 2R, but I don't have a take profit yet set, so we're gonna see. Maybe should have waited for this deeper AVG instead of doing things like this, but yeah, always room for improvement. But this looks like a classic kind of sell model. The profile is weird, but we have an interesting Asian range here. So yeah, this is our funded and this is our personal. Our personal, we shorted really nicely on that gap. Now we should see continuations, or we can also see a retracement maybe, but we should still see continuations here. We got the confluence that we needed on the retest of the 50-minute AVG. We retested here, broke lower, entry here. Overall should be fine. I would say at least targeting the sell side right here, we should be fine. But I think generally my TP is gonna be on this low. So can I modify, take profit on this low? It doesn't show me what. Oh shit, we're getting a big bullish candle. What's happening? It doesn't show me. The entry is getting rejected again. I don't like this. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Maybe just too highly resistant, but it's already almost stopping me out on the funded once again. But I'm thinking, is this trade stupid again? I don't really see it stupid. Maybe this wasn't enough confluence, and the second confluence we're getting is here. Fuck, it's annoying, bro. It's already almost a loss here, and it's a pretty big loss, but um, it's annoying. But what can I do? I still think the trade is valid. Maybe we should have waited on more confluence though. But for what reason though? We inversed the 51 AVG, we got a retest out of it, we got confluence. Why would you wait for more? We might just come for break even area mitigation here. Our trade, or this is the funded, this is the personal here at the top of the leg, but it's really hard to see. So I'm just gonna keep it like this. Now we care about this getting inversed. I think we might have just came for break-even orders, but considering resistance, we can also print bullish off here. But I would say we're pulling back deeper into London lows. We retested this high, yeah. I think my bias is still strong here on being bearish after we retrace to that hourly AVG. Let's see how this behaves. Let me move this to my second monitor so I can be a bit more not cautious, how do I say this, focused. I can see a bit better, but yeah, let's see this get inversed. I might even scale in here. I see this pattern, I saw it sometimes recently where we just enter here, we come back to break even orders, and then we hold lower. But you never know, right? You never truly know unless price does something. We'll see if it gets inverse. If it doesn't, it will pretty much doomed. But I would still say we sustain lower prices to manipulate a strong low here on London. If we don't, we don't. But we don't really look like we care too much. I still see lower prices here. I don't think I'm stupid. And on this, I'm considering scaling in 0.5, 0 something. The only real area for me is here. It's not even a strong low, but it's an area where we can react off of. So yeah, it just looks like a break-even mitigation. And now we're inversing, and we can even consider scaling in here on this inversion. I would probably be scaling in on both. I think yeah, on both the accounts is fine here. Placing order. I'm gonna scale in phone first. New order, sell limit, stop loss. I'm gonna do like a 0.3, 0.6. It's opening that gap really nicely there. I really like this. I'm waiting for the candle closure now. I think I'm scaling in both. Oof, I really like that fucking gap. God damn. This is gonna be a limit. It's gonna be a limit because it looks too good on both. Waiting on the candle to close, and I'm hella placing this limit. Right here, it looks extremely good. The break lower that we're getting here. So I'm just waiting and instantly placing a limit on the inversion. It looks very, very good. Very good. As soon as the candle closes, I'm executing. Maybe it could have been a market as well, but I don't really think so. I'm gonna place it here as well. So I did scale in both personal, both funded. I did scale in here like this. I think the stop loss can be definitely above the highs, but we're gonna see. I do really, really like this inversion here. Really, really like it. Let's see what we're gonna do. I've been following you for some time. Really respect your commitment. I reach another level of trading off gonna be time frame below 15 minutes. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate you being here, bro, along the journey. What do you mean? What did you learn? So you started paying attention to lower time frames as well when you're trading, or what do you mean? Yeah, I think this is a case again of market execution, bro. I'm all getting missed again because of this. I should have market executed here. Sometimes it's just not worth Like the gap still looked extremely fucking good to me, bro. The gap looked extremely good to get retested. That's why I limited order, but maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just not worth leaving price the room to potentially miss you out on a trade like this. But yeah, if you want to recheck it, this is our position. Very good position here on the personal account, and on the fund that we entered a bit lower, which is not great, but for the first time in the day we're in profit on the funded account, which is great. For the funded, we entered a bit lower here. It's just a chaos. It's very chaos when you're trading two fundeds like this, and the stop loss was above this, so we get our 2R. That's truly what matters. I'm just gonna let it run here. This is generally my main target, but I'm gonna pay a lot of attention to this low right here. Bro, I'm so sad I didn't scale in that shit, bro. I knew price is gonna leave as soon as we inverse here, but I just limit executed instead of really market execution. I need to market execution on scalings. I don't need to wait for stupid shit like the perfect retracement. The only thing as I said, I'm scared about, I don't know where to put my drawing and how to put my drawing, it's gonna be this low. Slightly scared about, but other than that we should be chilling here. Really chilling. Would have been a good scaling here, good sign. I would say we're reaching for that low, but we can always reverse. It's not a necessity, right? We do have the sell limit, so I'm not sure yet what I want to do with the scaling, but for now we're gonna leave it open. It looks like a breakaway anyways, but yeah, it's sad that I don't know what happens with this, but you can't really see what's happening when you make it bigger size. I don't know why, but for now I think the limit still stands, but I don't think we're gonna reach that limit. You should just, yeah, this is like how it's looking. It's looking like it's just gonna go to this range low, which is why our funded was here. We get our 2R. If we reach that low, that would be absolutely bonkers, because we make a 2R for the day and I'm done, bro. I'm done if we make our 2R for the day. But this first entry was insane though. I mean, now on this low we're easily reaching, I would say. Sad, bro. I should have marketed at least on the personal account, but I didn't. That's the sad part. It's both our sell limits. We are again floating a lot of profit on the personal. We're doing crazy work on the personal, bro. Let me delete this shit. Cancel this. We're gonna delete our order. There's too much risk involved. I don't think. Maybe on extra entries or extra confluence, if we reach back into this, I might scale in, but I think we're just gonna be melting towards the low here. So yeah, we're letting it run. Finally a good trade. Let's see if it carries on, but I do like this reversal though. We should technically carry on towards this low, but we do have a bit of resistance here, so you never truly really know. I think we're just gonna melt. That's what I see in my eyes, but it always comes down to what the market wants to do. So for now we're just letting it do like this. That's perfect. I'm just gonna monitor side-eyeing in a sense. I'm just gonna chill, let it run and see what happens. For now it's looking good. So for now we're still trusting. We did take that low, but I wouldn't be worried. Why I wouldn't be worried is because I was looking at 5 minute and I saw this inversion right here. So if we remove the drawings, which I will not necessarily do right now, we see this 5 minute is protecting the reversal of this. That's how I see price here, and especially for me it matters if we manage to hold this lower. For now that's why we're wicking and seeing a bit of resistance is because of that. Maybe I should have trimmed this well, yes, maybe, but I still trust the trade. I've seen price play out time like this, and usually it prints towards the low. It might not print because of this low being strong, but I do want to let price dictate, in a sense, let price print, and then see if my decision was correct or not. Let's see to this 5 minute how we behave. It's important. So above this high right here, I would still see this as printing lower still. Yeah, potential reaction of that, sure, but I wouldn't really expect this zone holding twice. It already held supported price lower once. It does depend. You should have closed full there. We have, I would say, we have even more sell side. The fact that we very barely mitigated it. Maybe I'm tripping, but yeah. Let's see if we carry intent off this 5 minute. I would expect at least us dwelling lower one more time before reversing. So I like these lows here. They look manipulative. They look like can easily get taken. So I do want to really see now if we manage to hold intent of that 5 minute gap. Let me try and make this bigger if I can. And now, of course, if we inverse the small bullish FVG here, we want to see this get inversed. If this gets inverted, pretty much gonna hit TP, or we hit this low. But if this gets inverted, pretty much chilling on letting price run towards our final. For now, I'm respecting pretty bullish, but again, I wouldn't be scared. I'm still trusting my trade here that we're gonna reach lower into this. But I want to see, of course. We want to always react to what price is telling us. I don't want to see intent. I still think we're easily reaching into this low, but as always, it's up to price. It's up to what price wants to do, right? So the personal entry was here, the funded entry was here. A bit lower the funded, but it's way safer than entering right here. So even though it might look like it's the opposite way of doing things, it's the right way of doing things. On funded, you always, or on a bigger size account, you always want to be a bit more careful and take trades when it's really safe to take trades, even if you sacrifice R. For small accounts, you can take riskier plays with higher R because they're smaller size anyway. So you get what I mean. I still see us holding over here very easily. Maybe I'm tripping. As I said, I'm not afraid of being wrong. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm seeing things and we're not gonna reach lower. But based on my experience and what I see price, every day of the week we're reaching back into this low. We do have a bit of resistance because of this, which makes the trade slightly dangerous. But we're gonna see. It's struggling a bit, but it looks like one of those cases where we struggle at start, but then still end up displacing lower. That's how I see this 1 minute price action. Because these lows are still very low resistant. We are respecting the body. We might be respecting this order block, but as I said, I still see us reaching lower. Technically, we can close here and cover the ROS for London, but we're not doing financial decisions. Like, if we think like this, what is gonna happen when we go live? If we just see $300 and say, oh my god, this is money, I'm closing it right here, and then price in the end is too proceeds towards your TP, is that really gonna be something beneficial for your trading? Not really. So as long as I don't see I don't know, a reason to close, I'm not gonna close. For now we are kind of respecting the bullish cap a bit, but I would still trust that we might see that lower high fail here and we see the reversal, or we might be reaching back into break-even orders, or we can completely, of course, just reverse without giving a shit, which can happen. Just give it time. It doesn't look like it's gonna care too much. But let's just trust that 5-minute FVG. We have a gap build here, which again the same thing we want to see get inversed. But it doesn't really look like price is gonna care too much. Maybe we come back to break even orders and then still hold lower. That can be also one way of doing things right here, but let's see. Maybe I'm just stupid and maybe I should have just take full TP on that low right there. It can be one scenario, I say, but I would still see us coming back into these lows, even on the higher time frame lows. Maybe I'm just tripping once again and I just could have secured the 1%. I decided not to, but for now I'm still choosing to trust, and really no matter what really happens, I don't really give a shit. Yeah, I think we should have taken TP there. But yeah, it's just pretty much over. Or we can also hold off that inversion, of course, as always, but it just looks over. Ah, fuck, bro. Tired of making mistakes like this. Should have full TP there, just be done with a day. And I knew it intuitively as well, but just greeted for some reason. Our last chance is this inversion here. The last thing I want to see is how we behave to this break-even area. This break-even area is pretty relevant, so if we just completely ignore it, it's over. Bro, it's so annoying, bro. I'm so mad at myself, bro. I keep making these bullshit mistakes, bro. I'm so annoyed. I want to slap my face and just hit my face on the desk and, I don't know, just never see the light of day ever again. Because it's annoying, because I knew I should have closed here and I didn't. That's what it hurts. Not doing what I'm supposed to do. Bruh, could have been at least at a break even for the day. If I would have taken my profit here, how I should have in the first place, but nah. Yeah, like it's very clear where liquidity was. Liquidity was not here, liquidity was here. And I knew it from the start. This is why I hate about myself. Knowing one thing, right? Knowing what I'm supposed to be doing, then just not doing it. Like not doing it, that's what hurts me the most. I don't care about P&L, but it's annoying. It's annoying that price reverses of this without giving a shit, but it's also annoying that I knew it's gonna reverse and I still didn't even trim the position. And yeah, I'm just done for today, bro. I need to stop doing this because I cannot live like this anymore. If I keep doing this, I'm legit gonna kill myself. If I keep taking stupid and doing stupid shit like this, that's the problem. It doesn't mean it's not gonna work, but we always gotta think about what is the most consistent decision. Instead of me securing a fucking 1% or something and being done for the day and recovering, nah, I want that 2R. I want that 2R on the low that I knew from the start is unlikely to get taken. Like, what are you doing, bruh? I just wanna cry at this moment in time. Because I knew from the start, if you look at the live, I know I said this is where our TP is. That's why I had marked here by greed. Nah, I want to see the 2R. I don't want to take a 1R. I want to see the 2R. And then this shit happens. Could have closed here at least, but oh my fucking god, bro. I'm so fucking tired, bro. Like, this is what I'm tired of. I want to kill myself legitimately, and it's all good though. I know I'm gonna be fine, but it's just extremely fucking annoying making the same mistake over and over again. And it makes me want to hate myself, and I do hate myself in this moment because I've already been profitable for 1 month and something, and now I'm back to square one. Like, what the fuck am I doing, bro? Even on the funded, like, come on, bro. Oh my fucking god, I wanna hit my head. I wanna die in this moment. I really want to die in this moment, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to do shit. I don't want to breathe. I don't want to be doing my grind. I don't want to be committed. I don't want to be doing live streams. I don't want to be doing trading anymore. I just want to cry. Yeah, it's over. Another fucking L. Let's go. Another fucking L. 2% done in one day. I'm fucking done, bro. I'm done.